Hi, I'm Jimmy Saroka, also known as Feet Piece. Just here to chat. I'll be with you for 15 minutes. Here to chat about you, chat about me, whatever comes up. The comments are working now, by the way. Hey, how are you? Good to see you. We're doing all right. Getting there. How are you? How's work? It's, do you remember Cheyenne? Shay? We met her while we were, yeah, down, where were we?
We were in...
That was right before that our army buddy picked us up.
I think we were in Georgia.
Shay, where were we? She could tell us. April says you look sad. Oh no, I'm not sad. I'm just calm. You're probably not used to that. I don't work there anymore, and y'all was in Hinesville, Georgia. We were in Hinesville, Georgia. We met Shay. Cool. Katie, can you get me my hat? My hair is pretty rough.
Yeah.
Thank you. I also forgot to shave. Thank you. I'm getting married in October.
Oh!
I didn't even know you had a boyfriend. Good for you. That's great. Even all over, it's probably hard to remember all the little cities. It can become difficult. Yeah. It was such a whirlwind, all of it, you know? We were sitting organizing the backpack for going out today, and I got a little bit emotional, and I said to Katie, it's kind of like I feel like an old man coming from war, and I'm having my PTSD. I'm packing the backpack, preparing for war, and I know there's no war, but when you think about it, my family, generations of the military, and I'm not, and so I don't know if it's possible that because that was how they were, that could affect how I am, but up until now, I can genuinely say I've always looked for a war. I've always looked for a fight to be had. And now that I don't have one anymore, I feel like I've been creating it in my own life. And now I'm finally getting rid of the war that's been in my own life. And I feel so much better. Maria says it's genetic. It's genetic in the sense of something. You miss the travel. I miss adventure. I miss having new things every day. I think travel was an addiction for me. It wasn't done in a healthy way. If I travel again, it'll be healthy. That's what I do know. We're going to travel around Kingston and Wilkes-Barre for a while. Show you guys the local area. Stop in at nice little coffee shops and businesses and art galleries, and unfortunately, due to, you know, the toxicity of most of the Americans around me right now, I don't have the freedom to share that with you live. I've been toxic. and yet now I'm doing my best to be healthy, and there's still so many people treating me in an unhealthy way, and that's not fair. Regardless of whether or not I've wronged them, I was definitely wronged first since birth. So I finally realized I don't owe anyone anything. They're very disturbed, unfortunate, and sad people. And so I'll go coffee shop to coffee shop, and we'll go business to business, and we'll make our videos, and we'll enjoy our days out, and we'll record what we do whenever we can afford to go places, because realistically we can't afford a cup of coffee. More than likely we'll go to a business, and I'll let them know what we do and ask them for a meal in return, but also inform them that more than likely, because of my past, they're going to get phone calls probably asking them to have me take the video down. And you know, all we're really looking for is a meal at this point, because I'm not willing to give up my career. So I would rather, you know, be completely upfront with them and say, you know, hey, if you, like I said, I'm also, you know, for anyone who doesn't know, I got about 20,000 views per month on my Google reviews. I get periodic updates by Google about those reviews, which I don't have a notification on this phone for. I may be able to provide proof on the other phone.
You got socks.
I got what?
Socks.
Oh, I did. Well, I did get socks, but is that any more special than socks get from another platform? So at this point, we're at over 22,000 views. I don't know if I'm showing anything I shouldn't. Oh, well. But we're at over 22,000 views, and we really did go to Starbucks. Like I said, we're making a video on that. So I'll go to businesses and offer to do a Google review and be completely upfront about all of it. And whoever turns us away will wipe the dust, you know, kick the dust off our feet like we were taught growing up, or at least what we were told growing up. And we'll move on to the next business. And whoever accepts us will accept us. And if I get reached out to and they ask for me to remove the video, I'll simply do that respectfully. What I'll do is I'll make it private, and then I'll give it to them. I'll let them have it and say, you know, this is yours, whatever you'd like to do with it. I don't want to simply delete it, but now it's private, and here's the link to it. If you want it completely removed, please respond again, and I will more than happily completely remove it from the internet. And thankfully, there's really no way for very unhealthy people to know whether or not that person decided to have it completely removed from the internet or simply kept hidden until we are in a healthy enough place online and in our life for that video to come back public. And if they decide to further harass that person over it, even if I remove the video and they keep harassing that person, I mean, that's a crime that I'm no longer involved in, because if I do, you know, I keep my promise. I lay everything out. I say just what I'm going to do. We come in. We're grateful for a meal. We make a video. We write a review. And then if they request for it to be made private, I will make private. And then if they request for it to be removed, then it'll be removed. And anyone with an unhealthy mind will not be the wiser. And if it affects that business, that will be the business's responsibility to decide to take legal action or some preemptive action against that person, because I can't be held responsible for me telling the complete truth from the beginning, because it's not a legitimate business transaction. It's charity resolved with charity. They are willing to give us a free meal, and in return, I am willing to make a video about their business and write a review for them in return for that free meal. For us, that's not a business transaction, because I can't physically or emotionally or mentally afford to go to the food bank, because the food there isn't healthy, and no matter what they call it is charity. I mean, how charitable is it if I can't consume the food without becoming unhealthy? It doesn't feel very charitable to me. For a lot of people it is, and that's great. but my body can't handle it. So I'm left to decide between eating very unhealthy food and being on super expensive medication that you're going to pay for with your taxes, or simply find a way myself to take care of myself and take care of Caitlin, and be grateful for Josh being willing to sacrifice himself as a human charity while we get on our feet, because our own government and most of the people around us won't even treat me like a human being. They want to say that because I can't live how they live, that I don't deserve to live, or that I have to be treated as lesser. And that, my friends, is about the largest form of a social injustice. And I now know how all of the major minorities feel, because I am white, I am, European by genetics, I'm an American citizen. Every possible right that should be afforded to me is afforded to me, but I have absolutely no privilege. And so there are a lot of people out there claiming that white people have privilege. But if you ask me, I don't think white people have privilege. I think they trade privilege for hurting other people, or they settle for medication and unhealthy food. So for me, when people come with blanket statements and lies, I finally realize, as a true American, they're not someone that I would prefer to engage with. I'm better than that. I deserve my rights as an American. I deserve my freedoms, and I do not ask for any privileges. I'm working for everything I know I deserve, and I'm going to take on every wrong and injustice that's been done to me since birth, and I'm going to take responsibility for my bloodline or what have you, because for how many generations I don't know, my family hasn't, and neither has anyone around them, and it's only gotten worse and worse. Now, to the point where I become a human victim. I become the human charity case, and Josh becomes the human charity. And that is probably the most sick and disturbing situation that I've ever witnessed in my entire life. And it is not our government allowing it to happen. It is other people inducing very unhealthy situations. And I am choosing to induce a very healthy situation in my life, where I take on every possible difficulty coming to me in return for the earning of the liberty that is granted to me, because the liberty is a gift. So as a gift, I live as a true American, and I earn the freedom through my finances to enjoy my liberty and earn my freedom through my finances. That way I can remain an American and have liberty and freedom, because liberty and freedom are not the same thing. Freedom is not a right if you live in a country that is a company, and I love my country, and I love being an employee of the company of America, because it's a company. We all have our choices in life, and I choose to be a true American, an honest, wholesome American that works for what he deserves, every bit of it, no matter the cost. So at this point, I've had 75 calories as of yesterday, none today, and society is completely okay with handing me off to the government for their irresponsible behavior, while I am willing to starve for the sake of learning how to feed myself, in order to rise above all of the deadly people who continue to destroy our country. That way, when I have the finances to protect myself, not against, but to live above and away from anywhere near these unhealthy non-Americans, I will be one of the people who helps run this country. Because our country needs people who are responsible enough to be a true American, who is honest and not corrupt. Welcome to Feet Piece. I'm going to have a pepper and maybe a cucumber if I can afford it. And then Caitlin and I are going to leave the house and find a business to visit. And we're going to knock door to door and find out where we belong. I love you guys, and I'll see you very soon. There's a Kmart! Who has a Kmart? Who on earth has Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania? Has two! Hey everyone, so Kate, Josh, and I are all taking a walk. Say you're sorry?
I thought I was running Josh into the bush.
Gotta run into the bush.
Josh likes the bush, that's okay. He's from the 70s. We are walking down Wyoming Avenue, and we are heading in the direction of the post office. Josh looks happy and chipper as ever, as usual. I'll tell you guys, we're walking down the street and I look at Josh and he looks like this. Like, guys, you want to know who the perfect bodyguard is? This guy right here. The #1 perfect bodyguard. All right? When it all works out, Josh will be our bodyguard because no one is going to come near this guy. Yep. And yet he is so handsome. Josh, are you ravishing? Are you handsome?
Beautiful.
Are you handsome? No, she's pretty. That's so sexist. Are you pretty? You're so pretty. You know what's even prettier? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. As humans, wait. We must wait. We must wait. Okay. Oh my God, the smell of Wendy's! Ah. Hey, Kate, can I have Wendy's? Hey, Josh, can I have Wendy's? Oh, that's a yes! I can't get it. I have self-discipline. Yep. I can't have it. See that? I'm not allowed. Completely. My body says no. No. What? Yeah. There's 2 Kmarts. What is a Kmart? They're close. They're what? Who told you that? Inside information. We have a spy. Oh, run! Go! I shall squat and wait for survival. It's so cold! Isn't it so cold? Have a great weekend. It's not even the weekend yet. Have a pre-Friday, a great pre-Friday. That's right. Pre-Friday. Because tomorrow is Friday Junior. Today is pre-Friday. Kirby Park. We're on our way to Kirby Park. And there is a gorgeous, gorgeous sunset that you can clearly see. I am officially in action for the first time. All I was before was inaction. Now I'm in action. Look at how curious they are about their surroundings. It's beautiful. It really is a gorgeous thing to watch young minds grow around you. Watch the young minds grow around you. The train tracks. Look at these people walking around along the tracks. Is that people? No, that's not people. I'm just going blind because I stare at a phone all day. Oh, let's get that. Let's get that. Can I get that? There we go. I'm gonna get a photo. We just got a cool 360 photo for Facebook. That this assumingly this video will be on Instagram. If it's not, oops. But we actually got the sunset and then the train tracks going all around, and Josh and Kate stood still like statues. It was fantastic and cool. Hello, everybody. We're heading over the bridge. We're going to Starbucks. We're going to get Josh some Starbucks. Let's get some Starbucks. Kate and I are not having any Starbucks. Our bodies say no. If I have some Starbucks, you know what happens back there? Some scary stuff. Hey everyone, me, Josh, and Kate are all on Josh's journey today. We're here and walking, and I was a bit ill-advised to myself. Give me 1 second, I gotta cross the street here. Wait, let's wait. Make sure they're stopping. All right. I decided to go ahead, and we're on the sidewalk now. I decided to walk backwards to watch for traffic like I thought I was cool or smart or funny. And while Caitlin was on the sidewalk and Josh was veering off into traffic. Now, for anyone who doesn't know, Josh loved to walk without, walk without paying attention, drive without using his turn signals. But
it's just a guide.
It's not just a guide. We all know that. So it doesn't mean someone's worthless or bad. It just means that some of us don't always know the rules or how to follow them, and we need other people's help to follow them, right? That's me included. So following the rules. Phone goes down when we're on the street or something's happening. We just make sure to be a little more careful. But there was no sidewalk, and I decided to walk backwards. Got my shoes soaked, got my socks soaked, and I think at the end of the day, even though we're not walking across the country again, it's still not safe to, make stupid decisions, even if we know that we have a safe home to go to, because at the end of the day, in this day and age, how guaranteed is your paycheck? I don't know. I know how guaranteed my paycheck is. Not very guaranteed. If I get frostbite, go in the hospital, and we all go in more debt because I didn't take care of myself. So I put myself here. These guys are willing to be here with me, and this is my documentary about how I take responsibility for the life that I ruined. Welcome to Feet Piece. I've never seen the Market Street Bridge in Luzerne County. You saw a little bit of a video of it, but I'm giving you a bit more of a close-up. Absolutely gorgeous. We are still in our pilgrimage to Walmart with Josh. Guys, sacrifices can come in any way, in any form. And I'll tell you what, if there's one thing I have in common, it's that I have something in common with everybody. Not everybody has that in common with me. People like Josh Cook does. Josh Cook, Caitlin Suzuki, Jimmy Saroka. One thing we all have in common with each other is our ability to see that we have something in common with everyone, with each other. Now, those things aren't always going to be the same. Oh, excuse me. Things what we share aren't always going to be the same, but we can share everything. We just don't always have to have everything in common. Hey everyone, this is Jim Saroka here at Feet Piece. We are currently at the Canning House in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. It is not too far from Kingston, a little bit of a walk, but we're here. I'm going to show you real quick in literally 2 or 3 minutes just some of the art that they have up on the walls. I don't know all that much. This looks like a mixture of Medusa with tentacles instead of regular hair. Now, obviously, I don't know all that much about art, but maybe I'm finally realizing that's the point, is that art is art. And it's time for me to just accept that art, true art, is left with definitions being in the eyes of the beholder. Just like I said, Feet Piece was all along. Feet Piece is something that is undefined. It's something that changes over time. And art like this, it may not change over time in this, right? Because it's on a physical thing. But digital art, as we know it, and as we will always know it, will continually be a shifting art form. And that canvas, that painting, may not always look the same, but it'll always be made to appreciate. And I think I'm finally coming to realize what I've always wanted to share with you guys, and that is my life as an art form. As I continue to shift and change and grow, that I can be your art form. My life and your life together, however you live your life, can be an art form. And to some people, this might look like nothing. Or to someone else, it might look like something important. To someone else, it might look creepy. It's all going to be based on who you are and what you appreciate. And while some people might just see a lamppost, this truly is art. Now, do I understand this art? I don't have to appreciate it. I can look at this light post and I can say, thank you that there's light coming from it. Thank you that it's silver. The silver is beautiful. I also know Caitlin loves the color silver and she loves silver material. So I can appreciate that. I can appreciate it in whatever form that I want. And then it can shift all the way to something like this, where some people might see a devil or a demon or something negative. Truly, it is an animal skull, and it's something to be appreciated in a very simple fashion. It is an animal who lost their life, and now they are an art form. And that is not necessarily an ugly thing, because that's art. Art is when we take our past, our present, and our potential future, and we put it into the work that we do. And that is what a YouTube creator truly is. That is something that everyone is starting to move into the present day with, to realize who we are and what we do can come together in a very beautiful tapestry. And like I said, on Google Reviews, I'm going to show you all this different artwork you can see across my social media. I'm going to show you all this different beautiful artwork. We're going to take some time here, take some pictures. And like I said, it's going to be gorgeous. And there may not be a lot of people that are interested in true art at this point in time in history, because I think as a society, we've really lost track of what art means. But I now see, as we find these little holes in the wall in Wilkes-Barre, as we come to this city, we find out this city is like home. I mean, to me, this is more of a home than I've ever known. And I was always so afraid of this city because of the situation that had happened in my past and with the past of the people who had birthed me into this world. But what I'm coming to find is that this is a beautiful city, and it's not streets painted with blood. It's not any of that. It's a city full of paintings and of beautiful people. And we're grateful to be here. And I'm very excited for what the city of Wilkes-Barre has to hold for us as we move forward and learn more about art and culture before we go out into the rest of the world. Because if there's one thing that Wilkes-Barre has taught me, it's appreciation. Because I may not have come from a place of appreciation, but I'm definitely finding my way there. So thank you everybody for being here, and realize that we are all human art, and we are beautiful as we are, clothed or unclothed. God is good. Peace out.